I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna welcome everybody to this special Zoom call. I'm excited. I want to know, how many people on this Zoom call? Well, before I even get into that question, if you don't see your team leaders on this Zoom, you need to be calling them right now. Okay. You need to be calling your team leaders right now. You don't see them on this Zoom call? That's not good. Okay. We've got 81, and I know it's going to be much higher than that. Some people are just late, but, but call them, get them on this Zoom call now. Because this is a special Zoom call. And so here's the question. The question is, how many of you are ready to take your business to a whole new level in 2025? I'm not talking about the next rank. I'm talking about going to a place that you've never been before that's going to impact your life, impact your family life, impact you for the rest of your life. How many of you are ready for that? Maybe in the chat, give me a 1 if you're ready for that. That you're really ready to take your business to a whole new level. You're done, man. Whatever things were holding you back in the past, you're not going to let that happen in 2025. And this special guest speaker, my great friend, who, I want him to see that. I want you to show up for him this way. I really do. And I'm going to tell you, when I think about our special guest speaker, Eric Worre, good friend. He's my mentor. If you ever wondered who's Jeff's mentor, because everybody has mentors, right? Well, he's my mentor. He's the #1 authority, greatest teacher in network marketing profession. He's been doing it over 40 years. Matter of fact, he and I go back, I think we were in the same company back in the 1980s together. So, I mean, we both go way back together. But I love him to death. He's so authentic, no ego, humility. He really cares about people, and he gives tremendous value. I've never seen anybody like him, where he goes, way beyond what most people would do. So what we're going to do is I'm going to turn this over to Eric, and then we're going to let him share some special information that's going to help you in 2025 to be a big player, not playing small anymore. I mean, going all out for the kind of life that you never need to have to take a vacation from. That's what Eric always says. So Eric, would you please take the stage now, please?
I will do it. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right, good. Hi, everybody. Happy New Year. Hope you're well. I'm excited to be able to share some ideas with you. I'm going to jump right in. If you don't know who I am, if you've heard of the book Go Pro, I wrote that book, host the biggest generic network marketing events for the last 15 years, coach a lot of top earners around the world, work with dozens and dozens of different companies in order to be able to help them grow their business. I've helped about 1,000 people to earn over $1 million a year in commissions in network marketing, and I've helped over 10,000 people earn over 6 figures a year. So I'm excited to be able to share some ideas with you. I told Jeff, throw your leaders on. I want to talk to them about how to kickstart 2025. So if you're ready to kickstart 2025, maybe throw a 2 in the chat. Throw a 2 in the chat if you're ready to do that, if that's something that you want to do. Because I'm going to give you a formula of exactly how to make 2025 your best year. I'm going to share with you exactly what I did. I started, very quickly. I barely escaped high school, 1.8 GPA in high school, barely graduated. I had 18 different jobs by the time I was 23 years old, and I found network marketing at age 23. And it changed my whole life. So in network marketing, it taught me that you are the asset. You are the asset. The product's the same. Compensation plan's the same. Company's the same. The only difference is you. So if you can learn how to become better, then there's no limit to what they can pay you. They'll keep paying you. more and more and more and more. They're not like most corporations that once you make a certain amount of money, they're going to stop you from earning. They'll be happy to pay you. But in order to be able to make the money, and more importantly, keep the money, it's one thing to get to an income level. It's another thing to stay at that income level. It's another thing to grow from that one income level to another. I know a lot of people that got to one income level and they didn't become a six-figure person, so the income came back down. Or they got to seven figures, they didn't become a seven-figure earner, and then the income came back down. I don't want that to happen to you. So I'm going to give you a formula of exactly how to have this be your best year ever. Okay? So let me give you 3 or 4 different goals to think about for the year. I'm going to use this board here. 3 or 4 different goals. Okay? Let's start with income. Take 2025, take your monthly income, whatever you're making right now. What do you want to be making in a month by the end of the year? What would be a successful year? I think you should write that down yourself. I think you should look at that and start thinking, what do I have to become in order to be able to earn that money? Right? Because if you become a valuable enough person to the company, you create enough sales, they will pay you the money. So figure out what other people are doing that's earning that and learn how to do those things. So income's one. Rank or level, whatever you call it, in your organization. What pin level would you like to get to? What rank would you like to get to? What title would you like to achieve by the end of the year, which will help you earn the money? Okay? 3, how many lines of significance do you need in order to be able to make the money and have the rank? How many different enrollment lines do you need to have that are significant, that have some weight to them? You can determine what that is in order to be able to hold this income. Not just to touch it one time, but to have it every month. To be qualified at that rank by the 10th of every month instead of the last day, barely, right? So figuring out how many lines of significance, right? And then think about countries. How many countries are you in right now as a company? How many countries are you able to do business in? Can somebody put it in the chat? Just let me know. How many countries? Somebody's got to know. Jeff has to know. Come on, Jeff. How many countries? You're in 100? Alenia says 100. Will Hurtado. That's so interesting. My tattoo artist is Nico Hurtado from Ink Master. I don't know if I've never seen that name, but Nico is the guy. He's from California. Anyway, good guy. Super fun. So you're in 100 countries, 85 countries, whatever the company is. How many are you in? How many countries do you have people in? Because if the company is open in these countries and you're not in them, they might as well be closed. So this needs to be a strategy for you on how to expand. And if you ever want to learn how to expand, pay attention to what Jeff does. He is a master at expanding into new countries. And if he can do it, you can do it, right? So think about how many countries, think about lines of significance, rank and level, ultimately income. And some people get a little bit, what's the right word? They don't feel good about the money because they're all about the mission. All about the mission of the products. They all want to change the world. But here's what I will tell you. If that's you at all, if you feel a little uncomfortable making the money, earning the money, talking about the money, if you really care about your product, then you can't reach the world by yourself. You need help. That's what your team is for, is to go help you reach the world. Okay? So your paycheck is a direct reflection of the value you're bringing to those people. One of the things I love about our business the most is you can't win without helping somebody else. You can't win and somebody else loses. In most businesses, one person gets the sale, the other person doesn't get the sale. Somebody wins, somebody loses, right? In our business, you cannot win without helping somebody else. So your paycheck is a scorecard of how many people you're helping. Take a look at the check. That's how many people you're helping. It's a direct reflection. Okay? And if you're uncomfortable with the money, give it away then. Whatever. But at least have the scorecard and give it away if you feel like it. If you're uncomfortable having that money, you don't feel like, you're worthy of it, or you feel weird about it because you're all about the cause and the mission of the products, fine. Then donate it to some worthy cause. But earn it, because the only way you can earn it is by helping people. Okay. So I want to tell you what happened to me age 23. A friend of the family went to our church. He was a millionaire. His name was Bill Mills. And I went to Bill's house, and he had several companies. He was very successful. And I said, Bill, I want to change my life. I've got this network marketing business. Can you give me some advice? And he gave me excellent advice. And I'm going to share that advice with you. He said, Eric, can you get 0.3% better per day? Can you get 0.3% better per day? I'm like, well, I hope so. 0.3% is not that much. That's smiling a few more times. That's making one more call. It's reading 2 more pages of a book. It's doing one thing that I didn't feel like doing. It's not much, right? Pay attention and be engaged for 5 minutes more than I was yesterday. It's probably going to give me 0.3%, isn't it? He said, if you can hold that, in 1 year, it's 100% growth on you. You are the asset. It's 100% growth. And I said, well, I'm making $5 an hour. I'm a minimum wage guy. I don't have that kind of time. He said, trust me, everybody has to pay the price of time. You have to develop you. So the fact that you're starting small does not matter. What matters is, will you keep doing this? Because in year 2, it's 200%. In year 3, it's 400%. In year 4, 800%. Year 5, 1,600%. Year 6, 3,200%. Year 7, 6,400%. Here I am at $5 an hour, which means I go to 10 here, 20 here, 40 here, 80 here, 160 an hour here, 320 an hour here, $640 an hour here. So my 7th year, when I was 29, I made $980,000 in network marketing commissions from 23, having had 18 jobs prior to that, because I did this and I didn't stop. Over and over and over again. When other people didn't, I did. When other people didn't go to the event, I went to the event. When other people didn't grow, I grew. Okay? So you take $640 an hour, it's more than $1 million, but I was on the upswing, and I was $1 million earners for many, many, many years. So what I'm here to tell you, this is part of the secret. Compound growth on you. Okay? Some people ask about, I was just in Japan and Korea, got back Sunday. And in Korea, I got the question, can you tell me how much should I be involved in personal development? What is personal development? How should I grow myself? What should I do? This is what I told them. If you want this, right, you need to apply this. Now, what are you going to apply this to? You're going to apply this to, I'll put it over here. One, mindset. You need to learn how to think like an entrepreneur thinks, like a network marketing professional thinks. 2, skill set. You need to learn the skills. That's what I talk about in GoPro. What I talk about forever. What I tell people, if you're going to start, my best advice is start with the skills. If you figure the skills out, you never have to worry about making money in network marketing, so long as you have the skills. If you're just lucky, you have to keep getting lucky. The skilled people rule the world. They rule the whole profession. And here's the good news. You can learn all the skills. They're all learnable. There's nobody that can stop you from becoming world-class at these skills. Applying this to this, right? So mindset, skill set, strategy. What's working today? What's working with different organizations? What's working around the world? Paying attention to having strategy. How are you going to apply your skills? How are you going to incorporate your mindset? 4, leadership. Learning how to lead yourself is step 1. Learning how to lead your team is step 2. And when you're leading yourself and leading your team, let me tell you what leadership is. Getting you and getting your team to do more than they were going to do. Because you only need a little bit. You only need 0.3% a day. So you just got to get yourself and others to do a little bit more than they were going to do without you. It's almost like you have to split personality. There's Eric 1 and Eric 2. Eric 1's the boss. Eric 2's the employee. And Eric 1's tough. Tells you, get off your butt and go to work. Eric 2's like, okay, I turn my brain off and I do what I'm told. This is the secret, I'm telling you. Learning to lead yourself. And then ultimately, learning how to lead leaders. How do you lead leaders once they become strong? How do you do that? That's a skill, right? Mindset, skill set, strategy, leadership, and ultimately leading leaders. How are we going to learn all these things? We're going to apply this to those things. And I'm going to give you a formula that put me on a path to radical success, and it will for you too if you follow it. And it's ridiculously simple, but it's unbelievably profound. And if I hadn't have found it, I wouldn't be where I am today. No chance. I would have kept trying to get lucky, looking for timing, positioning, all kinds of nonsense, instead of taking charge of my own business. So step 1 is awareness. You can't improve something if you don't know it. You can't fix something if you're not aware of it. If you have a bad habit and you don't even see it, you can't change the habit. So the first thing, and it takes some maturity, have you raised your level of awareness on your limiting beliefs? You know what was a big one for me on my awareness? I was a professional blamer. Nothing was ever my fault. It was the company, it was the product, it was my upline, it was the economy. It was, I was too poor, I was too rich. Nobody wants to listen to me. I didn't have an education. I could convince other people why I wasn't as successful as I wanted to be, and it wasn't my fault. Oh, you got all kinds of upline support. I don't have any upline support. I was good. And you know what I found out? Being good at blaming others did not change my income. See, I started to go down this road of I want to do a little bit less and earn a little bit more. It's the worst road to go down. And our politicians talk about it, and people who are victims out in the world talk about it. I'd like to do a little bit less, please, and I'd like to get a little bit more, please, because this is unfair. The reason why, I do not even understand minimum wage or people arguing about it. Because you just start, I don't care where you start. You can get paid $1 a year. And ultimately, you'll go all the way to the top if you just apply this. So it doesn't matter where you start. It matters if you stay. Like if you sit there in that minimum wage and you say, I'd like to do a little bit less because I'm part of the union, and I'd like to for the company to pay me a little bit more. Well, that's one way to go. But let me tell you what the end of that road is. I'd like to do nothing and get everything. Well, we all agree that's not going to work. You can't do nothing and get everything. Well, I'd like to do less and get more is a step down that road. Guess what I learned to do? I learned this from Jim Rohn. Switch my mindset. I'd like to do more to get more. I'd like to become more to get more. So I learned to be violently aware of when I was blaming. And I told everybody around me, you can call me out anytime I blame anything or anyone. I blame the weather. I blame the economy. I blame traffic. I blame anything. You get to have $20 if you catch me. It's $20 if you catch me in a blame. Even if somebody punches me in the face, I need to not give them, not necessarily reward that behavior, but I'm responsible for how I respond. Even if I get punched in the face, I still have to take responsibility for how I respond, not for the fact that they did something bad to me, but I could either be a victim or I could use that experience in order to be a stronger, better, help other people, right? So that's just an example. I became aware of blame, and the other side of that coin was responsibility. And I learned to be radically committed to responsibility. And you know what that did for my business over 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years? Changed everything. Just that one little thing. And all of you have limiting beliefs. Every one of you has limiting beliefs. You have some reason why you're not as successful as you think you should be. And I'm here to tell you they are a limiting belief because you allow it. Any day you want, you can take that limiting belief and turn it into a reason for success. Any day you want. But you need to become aware of it. What things are you telling yourself that you're burning a groove in your brain as to why you're not more successful? There's this great book, What to Say When You Talk to Yourself. Shad Hemstetter, I think his name is. What to Say When You Talk to Yourself. Because your self-talk is such a big deal. Oh my gosh. I didn't think it was that big a deal. I thought it was other people talking to me. No, it was me talking to me. Reiterating some negative thing about myself. So awareness on your skills, awareness on strategy, awareness on leadership. Are you able to lead yourself, lead others? Awareness on leading leaders. Raise your awareness on all these things and you're going to find your roadmap to success. Awareness is step one. Once you become aware of it, then write it in big, bold letters. Put it in front of you at all times so you keep that awareness in the front of your brain and you can start working on it by doing what? Once I learned that I was a blamer, I just put blame into this machine and I started grinding until I was a person who took responsibility and I didn't blame. Now, I'll still occasionally blame, but it's rare. It's rare. If I get around blamers, I'll start joining in. But it's rare, and I know how to fix it, okay? So awareness is key, and then 3 words. Plan, do, review. Plan, do, review. Leads you to success, okay? These 3 words, I told you this sounds crazy simple, ridiculously simple. It cannot possibly be this simple. I'm telling you it is. You take anything you want to do. You want to become a good presenter? You want to become a good salesperson? You want to become a good recruiter? You want to become good at solving problems? You want to become good at leadership? You want to become good at international expansion? You want to become good at training? You want to become good at anything? Retention. Pick it. You want to become good? Raise your awareness on the thing that you want to become good at. Then put it in this machine. Make a plan. Do it. Review it. Make a plan. Do the plan. Review your results. And when you're done, let's say you want to become a good presenter. This is a good example. I'm going to plan my presentation. I'm going to do an opportunity meeting presentation. I'm going to plan my presentation. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do my first one. Then I'm going to review afterwards what worked, what didn't. Did it make sense? Did it not? Was it successful? Did people sign up? Did people run away? Did they fall asleep? Could I do it better somehow next time? And when you're reviewing after doing something, guess what? You're going to have successes and failures. You're going to have wins and losses. You're going to have pats on the back and total humiliation. So I'd like you to put in the chat, where do you learn more? From winning, put a 1 in the chat, or from failure, put a 2 in the chat. Where do you learn more? Success or failure? 1 or 2? Look at all the 2s. Why is it then that we are so resistant to being embarrassed? We're so resistant to being humiliated. We're so resistant to looking foolish when it's literally the best tool. If I go win every time, am I going to move through this like this? No, I need to lose. I need to fail and learn, fail and learn, get better every single time. Because when I'm done reviewing, and I pray to God you fail. And then you take the failure and you come back here and you make a better plan tomorrow. And you do that one. And then fail again. Learn from that. Come back, make a better plan. The next day, do that. Review that. Turn around, make a better plan. Are you saying this is really all you did? Yep, 100%. This is all I did. I raised my awareness on something I wanted to learn, and I started. I started before I was ready. I was willing to do it messy. I was willing to be embarrassed and deal with it. I was willing to not treat myself so seriously. And I was going to put myself into this machine on anything I wanted to become world-class. And guess what? Every one of you, every single one of you can become world-class in network marketing. World-class. In like 7 years. I mean, the best in the world. Nobody can touch you. The company's begging you to speak on stage. Please come speak. Because you're that good. And nobody can stop you from being that good. If you'll do this, raise your awareness, pick a thing, plan, do, review, plan, do, review, plan, do, review, plan, do, review, over and over and over and over. Guess what most people do? They do. They're told to do something, so that's all they do. They just do. They come back to their mentor. I did it. And the mentor says, well, keep doing it. Okay. Do. They never take a minute to review, what did I learn from this? Every experience, what did I learn? I learned that there's no good experiences, no bad experiences in network marketing, only learning experiences. Okay, no good or bad. If you spit in my face, it's great because I'm going to learn from it. I'm going to use it. If you say yes, fantastic, wonderful. I'm not going to learn as much, but I'll take the win. And then I keep going, right? I come back. This flywheel, man, does it work? So I'm going to ask you to make a plan. Now, some of you might start here. If you want to make this work better, if you have coaches or mentors up here that will give you good things to do, will give you a way to make a plan, will give you a way to review and help you with this flywheel, then that's great. Okay? And most of my mentors never knew they were my mentors. We watch too many movies where somebody mentored somebody to win the spelling bee, or they mentored somebody to become a champion at something, or they moved into their house and they talk with them every day. And that's not how mentorship works. Most of my mentors didn't know they were my mentors. I got to learn from them on YouTube. I got to learn from them from the books they wrote and the audio programs that they created and the podcasts that they put out. I got to learn from them, and there's nothing they could do about it. I could watch what they did and I could do it, and there's nothing they could do. And the other good thing about our business is if you show that you're willing, coachable, and hungry, you can get the attention and the coaching of anybody in your company. If you show you're willing, coachable, and hungry enough, they will help you with inputs. And you might need to start with doing. You know, they'll tell you, go do this. Great, do it, but then as soon as you're done doing it, review. What worked, what didn't? Was my posture off? Did I smile in my presentation? Was I energetic? Did I look people in the eyes, or was I staring at the floor? Did I tell a joke that really flopped? Maybe it was misinterpreted. What was I exuding my own belief? Did I tell my story? Oh, when I tell my story, I get better rapport. I build better rapport with people. Oh, I need to remember to tell my story every time. Ah, that's a good one. If I learn to tell other people's stories, people love that. Ah, okay. I pay attention to that. Make a better plan next time. See, you can literally use every prospect as like a laboratory experiment. You go do a presentation, and we get a lot of practice here. You don't have to go to Toastmasters to learn how to be a speaker here, because you get tons of practice. You get to talk a lot. So you could do a presentation. Let's say somebody says, this is not for me. I'm totally out. Don't ever talk to me again about your business. And then you can say to that person, I understand this is not for you, but I'm trying to get better. Would you do me a favor? Would you tell me really why you said no? I'm not trying to convince you to say yes, but will you tell me, did I make you feel uncomfortable? Did I use bad language? Was I overhypey? Did I make it seem too good to be true? What was it? What did I do? Is there anything that I could do with somebody else next time that would be a better presentation? I'd be more professional. Would you coach me based upon what I just did with you? Can you ask a prospect to coach you? Yes. Yes. And most of them would be pretty kind doing it. But don't be too discouraged when somebody is totally brutal, because the brutal ones change lives. Have you ever gotten shut down like huge? Like somebody just absolutely body slammed you emotionally? Has that ever happened to you? You remember. You're still here. Some of you are trying to show them still. You know, they're part of the reason why you're just going to stick it in their face later when you're super successful. I had those. They're a great gift. Huge gift. But ask your prospect, how can I do better? I just need to do better. You know, and it's not about changing your mind. Did it not feel credible? Here are the facts on the company. How would you present the company facts differently? Here's the real stuff here's why I was trying to communicate on the products. Maybe I didn't do it well, but here's what they're doing for other people, and that's what I was trying to communicate to you. Did that come across? Would you take 5 minutes to just give me some feedback? Because I'm trying to get better. I'm going to be world class, but I'm just figuring it out. Okay? So coaches will tell you what to do, but don't just stay there. Then review. Plan, do, review. Plan, do, review. Forever. I'll plan, do, review when I'm done with this Zoom. I've been doing this 37 years. I plan, do, review after every mastermind. I plan, do, review after every day. I plan, do, review after my workouts. I plan, do, review everything. And everybody in my family does the same. We plan to review everything. Every event, every course, every training, everything. I'm planning to reviewing. So coaches and mentors will help you with that, right? And people ask me, the people in Korea said, so what would you recommend when it comes to personal development? You know what I told them? This is personal development. Anything else is literally a fantasy. You want to develop you? Do this. Now, if you want to read a book, that's great. But if you don't do something as a result of reading that book, it is a fantasy. If you listen to a podcast or you watch a YouTube video or you buy a training course or whatever, and you don't change your actions as a result of that learning, it is an illusion. All you really have to do is pick a thing that you want to master, put it into this machine, and just start grinding. Grind, grind, grind. Get better, 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 and you're unstoppable. Telling you. Now, I want to give you one other thing. Coaches and mentors helped me so much, but I learned through Plan to Review, in growing up in school, elementary, middle school, high school, you were punished for copying somebody else's answers on a test. They send you to the principal's office. They call your parents. Be a big thing. But guess what? In network marketing, you're rewarded for copying other people's tests. You're literally rewarded. Take the best presentation in the whole company, and you can say it word for word. You don't have to create anything. Find the best person at finding prospects. Find the best person on social media. Find the best person at inviting. Find the best person at presenting. Find the best person at answering questions, overcoming objections. Find the best person at closing, getting customers. Find the best person at retention. Best person at getting people started. Best person at promoting events. Best person. And they'll tell you, they'll show you exactly what they're doing. And guess what? You can do exactly what they're doing until you find your own style. That's what I did. I copied other people like crazy, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm not getting in any trouble at all. They're actually encouraging this behavior. Perfect. Because I don't have any fresh ideas. I learned I didn't need them. A good mentor with a good plan would get me started. Okay? Now, if you want to make this machine be more consistent, coaches and mentors will feed it, but let me tell you what is a superpower. Is to create underneath an accountability. Ability. Geez. Count. Jeez. I'm starting over. Too long of a word. A-C-C-O-U-N-T-A-B-I-L-I-T-Y. Structure that will force you to keep doing this. Find a workout partner that will not let you play small. Put yourself out there and tell your team what you're going to do and give them permission to call you a big fat phony if you don't do it. Now you're held accountable. Tell your CEO what your plans are. Tell your country manager what your plans are. Put on social media what your plans are. Make it impossible to fail. An accountability structure will force you to do things when you do not feel like doing it. Awareness starts the process. Coaches and mentors will help you improve the machine. This process will help you get there whether you have coaches and mentors or not. It doesn't matter. These just speed it up. And accountability will force you to keep doing this over and over and over again when you do not feel like it. So how did I do what I've done for 37 years? This. Nothing else. The rest is just topics and details. Like, here's the thing. Let's say you want to learn how to dance, okay? And I'm a dance coach. And you're watching dance YouTube videos. And you're reading dance books. And you are listening to dance podcasts. And you're subscribed to all the dance social media channels. and you hang out with dancing friends, and you want me to coach you, what do I have to do? I need to see you dance. You've got to go dance. You can't just prepare to dance. You have to dance. And guess what? The first time you dance, it's going to look silly. And you're going to be embarrassed, and I'm going to just do my best to make you feel like it's okay. And then I'm saying, no, get your posture right. Nope, your arm goes here. Nope, your legs go there. Put your shoulders back. Okay. Stretch a little bit. Okay. Put a smile on your face. Okay. Now do it again. And you do it again. And then guess what I'm going to say as your coach? Here's some things you can adjust. Do it again. Adjustment, do it again. Adjustment, do it again. Adjustment, do it again and again and again and again. Let's take two people. One says, I'm going to prepare for 90 days to make a perfect presentation. Okay? I'm going to do my first presentation 90 days from today. And person two says, I want to become a great presenter in 90 days. I'm going to start today. And I'm going to do one presentation every single day with a prospect for 90 straight days. And I'm going to apply this. Both people arrive 90 days from now. Person A, person B. A, they're doing their first presentation in front of an actual prospect. B has done 90 presentations and didn't study at all, but did 90 and did plan, do, review. Which person's going to do a better presentation 90 days from today, A or B? A, practiced for 90 straight days. B, didn't practice at all. They actually just did it for 90 straight days and learned from every single experience. It's not even close. Person A is just going to start the process of learning from doing. Person B has been learning every day. Now you want to accelerate that? Do 5 presentations a day. You know, no matter what it is, if you do it 100 times, somebody gives you the objection, I don't have the money. You deal with that 100 times and you'll be done. You'll have the perfect answer for it every single time. Versus thinking about it, studying it, you know, having some theory that, or some script that doesn't really work, that the other person doesn't say what they're supposed to say, right? I'd love to tell you it's more detailed than this. It's not. Now, do you need good ideas? Can you accelerate your growth? Can you accelerate your learning? Do you need to build your belief? Yes. Do you need to build your mindset? Of course. Do you need to build your understanding of our business? Yeah. Do you need to learn the skills? Yes. Do you need to learn the strategies? Of course. Do you need to figure out how to be a leader? Yeah. How to employ you? How to employ yourself? So if you really hear me, and I don't know how many did, there's 200 people on this Zoom right now and other people on social media. I really came to talk to about 20 of you. You know, the other 180, I'm glad you joined me. Nice to see you. Hope you have a great weekend. And I hope you have a great year. But the 20 are ready. I don't know if you have a feeling that this is going to be your year, but this is going to be a massive year for network marketing growth. You need to get more market share. You've got to get a bigger piece of what's going on in your great company. You have a legacy company with incredible products, incredible leadership, incredible field leaders, corporate leaders, all of it. It's time for you to take advantage of it. Okay. So I want to equip you to go out and do battle. So Jeff, I'll throw it back to you. Everybody, I hope I see you inside of Insider. If I don't, I hope I see you at some point down the road. And if we do, make sure you tap me on the shoulder and we can say hi. Okay. So have a good one, everybody. Talk to you soon.
Thank you, Eric. Thank you so much. Oh, incredible value. Incredible. Wow. How did everyone enjoy that? Wasn't that incredible? And I got so much value from that. So let me see. Okay. I think we're still admitting some. We had over 200 on this train. So I personally want to tell you that the GoPro Insider, that's incredible value. I mean, 30 cents a day, $9 a month. Yeah. Jump on that. Get your people to jump on that. What's great about that is you're plugging into mentoring from Eric Worre every day. That's how you start your day. And as he says, it can be 7 minutes or more every day, every day. So I would jump all over that. And then, of course, the GoPro mastery. I love it. There's so much value from that. We had such a great GoPro mastery just December. Last month. It was wonderful. So, there's a couple of things maybe I'll share with you, because we've been on this call now for almost an hour, but I'll share this with you. One of the things that I want you new people, I'm just assuming there are new people on this call. And one thing I want you to do in 2025 right now, because this is the first month of the new year, and that is manage your expectations. When a new person enrolls, and help these new people when they enroll with you in your business, one of the first things I'll do with a new person is I'll say to that person, thanks for joining the team, joining the company. I'm so glad you made that decision. If you don't mind me asking you, why did you join? That's really important with new people, because we want to help these new people stay on track. But I'll listen at that point, take notes later, refer to those notes. But when they go on and generally they talk about their struggles, right? I mean, most people get into network marketing because they're not happy with their life. They're not. If they were totally happy with their life, most of them wouldn't have joined, unless they're buying the product, right? Of course, sure. Got, customer. Okay. But I'm talking about people that join your business. They're joining your business because they're not happy with their life. And what a lot of people do in network marketing, they just sell the dream. Dolly Parton says you can't have the rain, you can't have the rainbow without the rain. It's really true. We're very good at selling sunshine, but we got to sell the rain. And the reason why I'm mentioning this helps with retention. This helps with keeping people with you in this journey. So when I ask them, why did you join? And then they explain their struggles, then I say, wow, that was tough. That's hard, isn't it? Well, let me tell you this. You want this bad enough to have the very thing that you're dreaming of? Yeah, I do. Great. Understand this won't be easy. This won't be easy. The difference between the two is that never changes. This does. That never gets easier. This does. That you'll never own. This you will. That your money never goes up. They hardly ever give you a raise, right? This you will. But understand this, you're going to go through adversity. You're going to go through rejection. You're going to go through things. Are you willing to do that and stick and stay? And if the answer, and of course, at that point, then they're like, yeah. What I do, the reason why I do that is because I want them to manage their expectations when they come in this. Because we make it too easy. We sell the sunshine, we sell the castle, on the mountain, the Ferrari in the driveway, right? But we're not preparing them for adversity. So for you new people, I want you to think about that. Are you willing to stick and stay when times get tough? Now, what about those of you leaders that have been in for years, though? What about your expectations? You're saying, well, Jeff, what are you talking about? I'm not new. Why do I have to manage my expectations? Well, think about this. Some of you got comfortable. We're all guilty of this. I'm guilty of this, okay? And you get comfortable. You actually came in this business with a leadership mindset. You came in as a leader. You were a mover. You were a shaker. You're calling people. You're working hard, right? That's leadership. And then you fell into the management trap. the management mode. You know, it's the end of the month, right? So we got to qualify. We all got to qualify our rank position. So you're calling down to your leaders, making sure they're going to be finished, right? Because if they're not finished, you're not finished, right? And they're calling down to their leaders and making sure that they're getting finished, right? So everybody is making sure that we hit our target, and there's nothing wrong with hitting your targets, okay? But what I'm talking about is that what happens is that we're simply managing positions. We're not growing our business anymore. There is no growth, zero growth. And what happens is you can do that for a period of years. You can do that for a period of time, but then it's going to go the other way. It's going to start ranking down because the law of entropy states that things left to themselves, things are going to spiral into chaos. And you know, it's like this house. Some of you have been to my home here. And you know, this place is always requiring maintenance. Something's got to be stained, something's got to be painted, something's went broke, it's got to be repaired. We are doing two things and two things only in this business. That is, we are building and we're rebuilding, building and we're rebuilding. We are always doing it. And in your teams, that's the reason why you need to take the lead. You need to show that you're not in management. You're a leader. You're still a leader. You're still getting dirty. I know that some of you, again, that's the problem when we get in the management mode. We think, I do not get dirty. I have my rank position. You know, in my case, platinum elite. I'm not going to get dirty. Why should I get dirty? That is for my downline to get dirty. They need to do the prospecting. Me, I have arrived. That's the mindset, right? Does Elon Musk have that mindset? How did he build his company? And how does he still stay involved with his company? That dude sleeps in the factory. Do you think he sleeps in the factory in a three-piece suit? No, he's in dirty clothes. I mean, he doesn't even go home. He stays at the factory and just sleeps on a mattress. And sure, we see him on TV sometimes when he's being interviewed. He's in nice, clean clothes and all that. And we're saying, man, doesn't he look cool? But that's not him. Elon is the guy sleeping in the factory, working in the factory, making sure everything is working. It's not beneath him. He doesn't say, I don't do that because I'm Elon Musk, the richest man in the world. We don't want to develop that kind of ego and fall into the management trap. We want to stay involved as leaders in 2025. It's important that your people see that in you. They need to see you do that. Let me ask you, what would motivate your team more? Them thinking that, yeah, he needs us, or they watch you go build a new team? What's going to inspire them more? Watching you build a new team. Then they're going to get a little jealous. What's he doing? What's he doing? He's got us. Why does he need another team? Right? So that was one thing I wanted to share, is that we don't want to fall into that trap. And so going back to managing expectations, we as leaders have to watch that. And then the other thing is, I want you to do, look in your team and take inventory. Know what you got. You need to know what you got. That is, who is in the game. In 2025, of course, I've asked you to do this in December, but that's okay. It's okay to do it again. If you haven't done it, do it, okay? Who is in the game with you in your team? And if you don't have someone, then this is the time to prospect. This is the time to start hunting. And we talked about that months ago, about the 100 conversation challenge, if you remember that. I think that's what it was called. The thing was setting a goal to have so many conversations every day, either when we're out in public or or when, we're engaging in our contact list, talking to people, or our digital contact list, that is our Facebook, Instagram accounts, whatever. Thing is, we engage, we talk to people, we reach out to people, we get people to take a look at what we're doing. So that's the thing. But take inventory. For those of you that do have leaders, talk to them about their dreams. And listen, if you haven't been the kind of upline that you should have been, forgive yourself, ask that person to forgive you too. Just call them up, say, hey, Debbie, you know what? I was just thinking about you. And, I have not been the kind of upline support that I should have been for you. I want to apologize. Hey, give me a chance. I really want to work with you. I really want to, I know your quality. I know what you're capable of doing. I know you. You're awesome. Do you have any dreams, goals, things that you want to do in 2025? Do you want this year to be better than 2024? Most are going to say, yeah, I'd like to do something great. Then take note of what they want to do, make a plan to work together, support them, maybe have a chat. For those people that are in the game, set up a chat so that everybody's talking about what they're doing every day, sharing something. It can be anything. You got a new customer, great, celebrate it. You got a new brand partner, somebody that's in your business, celebrate it. Celebrate it, but share it. Share what you're doing. It's about creating energy in your team. Talk to them. And so set your own goals. And this is something I want all of you to do. Think about it right now. If you haven't done that already, what is it you want to do differently this year that, didn't happen in 2024? It may be a new rank that you want to hit. It might be team volume that you want to grow. Maybe it's a trip, a special trip. We got a cruise coming up in May, a 10-day cruise in Europe. Okay, great. Different trips. What about, how do you want to be? And I want all of you to think about this because, several are in different countries. Some are in the US, some are in Latin America, some are in Asia, and you have different countries at different times. I know in the Philippines, you have your convention, I think in July. And then in Singapore, Malaysia, Indonesia, South Korea, you have your conventions in October. I want you every day that you're working this business, you and your team build with convention in mind. How do you want to go across that stage at convention? At what rank do you want to go across that stage? Can you see yourself getting that award? Can you see those thousands of people cheering for you because of what you did? I want you to ask those questions to your leaders. How many people can you get to convention? And I've heard Eric say this before. He said statistically, it's been proven that for every person you get to convention, it's worth $1,000 of annual income to you. It's worth $1,000 of annual income to you for every person you get to convention. Think about it. How many people don't wait. If you're in the Philippines, you don't wait until June, start thinking about who should I get at convention. It's in January right now. You start thinking that. You start promoting the convention. Every country on this call right now, think about that convention. When is that convention going to be? Because you need to think about it and start drilling that into your heads, into the heads of your leaders to get them to that convention, but see how many people they can get there. And at what rank do they want to go across that stage? Get them excited about it. Start promoting that event. Anyway, that was one thing I wanted to really share with you. And, I think lastly, I've talked about this in the past, about the importance of core rank when new people join you. Get good at the leaky bucket. Everybody's got a leaky bucket. What do I mean by that? Look at your team as a bucket of water. Let's say you go down the river. In the old days, they used to do this, right? But in times of crisis, we do it too. And so, but in the old days, they used to go down to get water for the house, right? And they'd bring a bucket back. But those buckets become leaky over a period of time, don't they? Little rust and all that. And then finally there's a hole. We all have leaky buckets. The question is, how big is the leak? And do you want to do something about the leak? Because if you can do something about that leak and take action, you can slow down the amount of water you're losing. And what does that mean? That means retention. People are staying with you. And so when we think about it, how we can slow down that leak is get very good at working with your leaders and these new people that are coming into your teams. New people come in, they want to know, what do I do? Many, we assume, we have this assumption that our leaders are training the people that they're bringing in. But I'll tell you, if you if you do this, I'll challenge you, go down to your third or fourth level and ask these new people, do you know what to do? How are you doing right now? And watch how they answer your question. I think you'll be shocked. So what we want to do is we want to get good at that, because we want to get down there and help those people understand the importance of getting to the core position. In our case, that's a diamond, for life diamond, the core rank as fast as they can. Why? Because that's the first position where you're making some serious money. You can make as much as $1,000 or more as a diamond. I like to move people fast because people will stay with you if they're making money. People will stay with you if there's speed. Success loves speed, right? And people attract to energy. Generally, when you have that kind of activity, people are very excited. I can tell you that, for example, in India, we did this very thing. We did a diamond training. Some of you have seen me do the diamond factory training. And we did that in India, really promoting the fast start. And remember, David Lisenby had the David Lisenby Challenge, the top 3 countries in fast start. He would personally visit and do an event there. And I'm going to tell you, India was like at the bottom of the list of most countries. And what was fascinating was after we started doing this promotion with the leaders, and we started really promoting the Diamond Factory concept, fast start, bringing people in with fast start, and India ended up winning that contest. They were one of the 3 countries. Next month, I'm going there and so is Alinea Sullivan is going with me, and Michelle, to India to be with David Lisenby, to celebrate that with all those leaders in India. I'm excited about that. So when we think about it, when new people come in, we like to create speed, we like to create excitement, we like to create energy. So what do we want to do? We want to bring people in a fast start. Now, why fast start? Fast start for 3 reasons. You get an extra $40,000 in commissions as you scale the compensation plan in a 12-month period from the time you join, in the next 12 months. Number 2 is now you got products to share with the family. I'm a big believer in not recruiting just an individual. We should recruit families. In other words, when the wife comes home and tells the husband, I've spent $500 on the credit card, for a fast start package. It's 400 points, by the way. And he's like, what? And, oh, honey, I got some very important products for you. And she explains cardio or the protein product, that you can use now for going to the gym. All these things, right? The point is, he's using the product, the kids are using the product, and that's what we want. We want the family supporting that new leader that just came into your team. Now, there's a third reason why I think Fast Start is great, is that's because then you have some products on hand so that when you meet with people and talk to people, you got something to show. So for those 3 reasons, everybody that joins should come in with Fast Start. And when somebody says, oh, I don't have the money, remember me? Remember, I started bankrupt, broke. I had to sell a junk truck. to get started in this business. So yeah, no, they will always find a way, but you just got to sell the advantages of it. And so when we think about it, when it comes to fast start, it takes when a new person comes in and they make their list, my goal, or in anybody's goal, your goal in talking to that new person, is identify 7 prospects on their contact list that can come in with fast start. They can come in with fast start. And when you do that, you got a diamond their very first month in the business. Now, if they don't make it their first month, that's okay. But I'm just saying, is it doable? Absolutely. I can share one experience. One lady in the country of Hungary came in the business in November. She started November 1st, not too long ago. And she scaled like 4 rank positions her first month. She went to Diamond Elite. How did she do that? Everybody that was joining her team was coming in with fast start. So she scaled it very quickly. So I think it's a great way to start people. When they make their contact list, identify 7 on that list that can come in with fast start, and bam, you got yourself a diamond. Now think about it. It takes 7 diamonds to basically make a bronze position, right? 7. So again, we're talking about Diamond Factory, and what fuels it is fast start. And then when you look at the silver position, that's 100,000 points. It only takes 35 diamonds, and you got a silver. So this is the way we got to get a team to think and understand. So I bring that up because, again, the biggest problem with the leaky bucket is it's leaky because you got all these new people that come into your team and you have the assumption they know what they're doing, and they don't. You've got to get good and create a culture where people are really helping people. They're working with these people that are coming in, and they're telling them, hey, Diamond is where you want to go. I want to help you do it. And they're going to say, why? Well, that's the first ranked position where you're really making some very good money. So that's it. Those are the things I wanted to share. Didn't you get value out of Eric? I certainly did. I love him so much. What a tremendous asset he is to this profession. So it was great having all of you on this Zoom call. We'll do another one again. Yes, thank all of you. And I want to wish you a happy 2025. Let's go big, dream big. We're not playing small, right? Yeah, this is going to be a different year. Thank all of you for being on this, and everybody have a good night.